Quickly find practical guidance resources on drafting private equity fund documents in the Private Equity and Investment Management practice area. You can use the search bar in Practical Guidance to conduct a keyword search, or, to locate the content relevant to a topic, you can navigate through Topics and Tasks on the practice area page. In Private Equity and Investment Management, you will find content relevant to private equity fund formation under the topic Private Fund Formation. You can narrow your search further by choosing the task Private Equity Fund Formation on the left-hand side of the topic page under the headings Narrow By and Task. Here you will find the practice notes, templates, and clauses on private equity fund formation by Practical Guidance and our contributing attorney authors. The practice notes in this task offer guidance on the drafting and formation of private equity funds, including planning a fund launch, fund structuring considerations, investor remedies, as well as detailed drafting guidance for each of the major fund documents. If you want to see results for other types of documents, simply click on the desired content type in the box on the top left of the page to display documents of that type within this subtask. For example, private equity fund formation templates include many different types of fund documents, management agreements, side letters, and more. Going back to the practice notes results, here you will find the Practical Guidance General Practice Notes for private equity fund formation. One practice note addresses the business and regulatory considerations for a fund launch, while the other is a more granular walkthrough of the documentation and drafting. Let's briefly review the Launch Considerations practice note. The Private Equity Fund Launch Considerations practice note addresses the key legal and practical issues that you and your private equity sponsor client should consider when launching a private equity fund. It also contains links to related practical guidance content, including complete private equity fund formation documents, which we've annotated with drafting notes and optional and alternate clauses. This term sheet template contains all the provisions typically found in a private equity fund's term sheet, and you can easily customize it for any client's needs. We arrived at this template by linking to it from a practice note, but you could also find it and other related content by navigating to the Private Equity Fund Formation task and choosing the applicable content type. If you need additional guidance and context, each of the templates in the Private Equity Fund Formation task have corresponding practice notes, which give background on how the document is typically used and tips for discussing the template with your client, drafting, and negotiation. Like other practice notes in this area, term sheet drafting for a private equity fund walks through each of the parts of the document, providing context and offering suggestions for typical terms offered by fund sponsors. It is designed to work hand in hand with the Practical Guidance term sheet template, but would be equally relevant and useful if a client decided to use their own firm's form or client precedent. Work more efficiently and effectively than ever before with Practical Guidance.